Hello everybody, it's so good to be back with you all again. Hope you've had a great break over the holidays and we're so looking forward to seeing you back at school next week. Now the book I want to bring to you today is called The Little Wave and it's written by Pip Harry. Hopefully you've already watched a little trailer which tells you a little bit about the book. Now this book has been shortlisted for the New South Wales Premier's Literary Awards 2020 as well as the Children's Book of the Year Awards shortlisted book, and this is one that we're going to be seeing a lot more of in the next few weeks. So sit back, relax, and I'm just going to start to read to you a little bit from this book. The Little Wave by Pip Harry, published by UQP. Now this book is written in verse, and instead of having chapters, it talks about each child that's in this book. There's Noah, who is fearless in the surf. So where does his courage go when his best mate pushes him around? Then there's Lottie. She loves collecting facts about bugs, but she doesn't know what to do about her dad filling their lonely house with junk. Jack wants to be a cricket star, but first he has to improve at school, especially if he wants to see the ocean for the first time. So this is a book about friendship, journeying, pen pals. It's got so much in it, so I hope you enjoy it. Now, the start of this book comes to us from Noah. I'm just going to read it to you. Noah. We're getting special visitors this term, kids from the bush who want to swim at Manly. They're driving a long way just for a dip. Some of them have never even seen the ocean. Imagine that. They're from a town called Mullen. We looked it up. Population, 3,300. They've got a post office, a school, and 2 rivers, but no beach. There are farms there too, wool, wheat, and cotton, but sometimes the drought is so bad. Nothing grows from the thirsty, cracked earth. I live in Sydney, population 5.1 million. I don't really like crowds or noise. Might be good to live in the bush. Oh, but I couldn't stay long without the waves. Through the window, the sand curves in a C shape towards the cliffs. It's windy today, blown out, so I don't itch like I do when the surf's really pumping. And I'm stuck in my chair listening to my teacher, Mr. M, who really likes talking. Past Manly, there are Queenscliff, Freshwater and Curl Curl beaches. Curly's my favourite. There's always a swell. I do a rock dance off the point with my board, straight into the churning ocean. My heart beating fast, hoping a wave won't smash me before I can paddle out the back. That feeling, excited, happy, scared, all at once. The beach is my backyard, always there. Tide coming in and going out, sometimes bright green, flat grey or dark blue. Wild and thrashing or gentle or a sleeping cat. Sly rip shifting underneath. The Mullen kids won't know what a rip is, that it lurks where the waves don't break and the water's frothy. A rip got me once. I nearly drowned. Dumped hard on a big day, too big for me. My leg rope snapped and I lost my board, drifted out in the suck. My body sank, salt water filling my nose and mouth. I was fished out by lifesavers, thrown like a flathead with a hook in its jaw, onto the deck of their rubber speedboat, coughing up water and vomit. The lifesavers put the motor on full bore, revved over the tops of waves and beached the boat with a thud. Arms cradled me, limp and floppy, the lifesavers saying, "It's all right, matey, we got you." Mum crying, Dad too. They only took their eyes off me for a second. A few seconds all it takes for the ocean to swallow you whole. Back in class, Mr. M is still talking about mullen and their baking hot summers. No sea breeze or southerly pushing through windows or open doors, cooling everyone down. What do you think 49.2 degrees feels like, 5M? That's how hot it was in Mullen on 3 January 1903. I kept my thoughts to myself, but imagine a poached egg bubbling in a pot of water. Tim puts up his hand because he's always got the right answer. It's not as hot as molten lava. The temperature of lava is usually around 1,100 degrees centigrade. If I fell into lava, my skin would... that's going a bit overboard, Tim, says Mr. M, just when he was going to get to the good bit. Now, the next person who comes into our story is called Lottie. See how it's written in verse. And I just wanted to show you back here when we were talking about the beach. See how the writing changes as well. Just over here. So this book has a lot in presentation as well as the storyline. Lottie. I tiptoe into my house after school. The blinds are down and it's dark. You can't tell how bright it is outside. So bright my eyes ache. Blue sky, blue sea, yellow sun, yellow sand. I unpack my bag, check my homework folder and do maths and reading cross-legged on my bed. There's no room to work on the coffee table or the kitchen bench. No room for a plate or a book. Hardly even room for me and Dad. I tiptoe to the kitchen to make toast with peanut butter and a big glass of Milo. Except we've run out of milk, Milo and peanut butter again. I tiptoe down the hall, squeeze past stacks of boxes and piles of junk, turn on the TV quietly, fold a small mountain of laundry into 2 neat piles and think about what's for dinner. I tiptoe not to wake Dad, who's sleeping in his room with the door closed. At least when he's asleep, he forgets Mum is gone. She's been gone for 547 days, but Dad says it feels like he said goodbye to her yesterday. Not for me. I feel like every day since she died has been twice as long. TV's boring, so I ride my bike to the Manly Lagoon at the end of our street. Dad says when he was a little boy, he used to swim and fish in the lagoon, but now it's one of the most polluted waterways on the whole East Coast. In case you couldn't tell by the smell of sewage, there are warning signs. Polluted water, no swimming, no fishing, no boating, no wading. You can see how that's written in bold. The only ones brave enough to go into the water are the panting, splashing dogs, chasing balls, rolling in the sandy muck, and me. I chain up my bike, wade in with my thick rubber boots, past the tall sea grass, looking for water striders, mosquitoes, and the fiery skimmer dragonfly, which skims across the water like a flash of fire. When I grow up, I'm going to be an entomologist. That's an insect scientist. Some people think they're pests, but we need bugs to live. Without bugs, there'd be no humans. They help plants and flowers grow. They make honey, wax and silk, even medicines. They clean up by eating rubbish other animals eat them. A mozzie lands on my arm. Oh, I feel her sting. Only the female mosquito bites. She needs the blood to make her eggs. Drink up, I whisper. She flies away, full and happy. I write a note in my bug diary. Mosquito feeding, Manly Lagoon, Aedes albopanaulatus. The Latin name, she thinks, maybe, for her dragonfly. There are a million types of insects in the world, but scientists think about 5 million species haven't been discovered yet. I'm always looking for new species. Under the brown water, fish skitter past my boots. Dad says Whiting, Luderick, Brim and Mullet still live in the lagoon. Oh, they must be tough because it's become so dangerous. The water is eutrophic, low on oxygen, so the creatures that live there are survivors. When it gets dark, I ride my bike past the bright lights and sizzling smells of Charlie's charcoal chicken shop. Using money from the change jar, I order half a barbecue chook and potato salad. While I wait, Charlie gives me a free dim sim. It's salty, crunchy and delicious. You doing okay, Lottie? He says. Yeah, I guess so. How's your dad? Haven't seen him out surfing in ages. Tell him I said hi. I will, but Dad doesn't see any of his old friends anymore. And now we move on to Jack. Jack. I like cricket. Way better than school. A gazillion times better. School's hard and you have to be on your best behaviour all the time. My teacher's always saying, and this is in capital letters, pay attention. Did you hear me, Jack? Where is your homework folder? Today my white shirt splattered in mud from playing cricket on the oval. My school shoes lost. My cousin Elby's nagging me to go to the batting nets instead of class. Like I know I should. Come for a few hits, he says. Pow, pow. Elby slurping rice bubbles out of my favourite cricket mug. I wish you wouldn't do that. Elby slobber. Yuck. Let's go. You can go to school after, Elby says. Elby's a wicked leg spinner and I need to practice my batting. Trouble is, if I wag school again, Miss Waits will put me in the tracking folder. You can't be in the tracking folder and still go to Manly Beach. That trip's a reward for being good, like the arrows the teachers hand out for sucking up. Get 10 arrows, you get a bronze star. Get 3 bronze stars, you get a silver certificate. Big deal. It's not real silver. Our principal, Mrs. Jepson, hands out the stars and certificates during all school assembly. Everyone claps, whistles, while the suck-ups grin like they just won lotto. I've never had a bronze star, no certificate, or standing on stage shaking Mrs. Jepson's hand like I want to. On the cricket field, it's different. I'm the best mad skills. Everyone cheers just for me. Jack, Jack, 6, 6. My bat whacks a red leather ball. Crack, whoosh, run, run, run. In class, my shirt itches. Oh, my shoes are too tight. I can't focus, especially on division, adding, subtracting, multiplication, stupid things I can't remember. At school, I'm always out for a duck. 5W. If you want to go on the beach trip, I expect perfect attendance, completed homework and exemplary behaviour, Miss Waite said. That was last week. Jack, are you paying attention? She asked. Yes, miss, I said. Promise, cross my heart. I did mean it last week, but today I can't find my shoe and my shirt needs a wash. And Elby won't shut up about the nets. Ugh! Yeah, all right. I'll tell him. Let's go. By the way, stop using my mug. Okay, this is the plan. Starting tomorrow, I'll go to school every single day unless I'm sick. Really sick. Not sick of school and Miss Waits, Tomorrow I'll be the first to school, even if I have to go barefoot. I'm going to catch a manly wave, stand up and ride it all the way to the sand, in blue water that has no edges, no lane ropes, no slow lap swimmers hogging the lanes, or nanas in caps doing splashy aerobics. Water that has no end or closing time, no off-season for winter. It goes on and on. As far as you can see, that's worth trying for. Now that brings us to the end of the introduction of our characters, and then it goes on again to Noah, and this is how the book continues on. I hope you've enjoyed the start of it. I'm really looking forward to bringing this book to you over the next few weeks, and so you get to know the characters really more, and there's a few more characters who are going to come into it as we continue. So enjoy the rest of your day and take care. God bless. Bye from Mrs. Mitchell. Bye-bye.